is concerned about, and what, if any, steps can be done? Would this study play into some sort of standards for when a fighter can continue fighting?
Well, there's two things. First of all, is there a way to find out, is there certain individuals that from a physiological standpoint are just more predisposed to head injuries? If we can find that out, then we certainly can be proactive in preventing athletes from fighting or somebody who's predisposed to any kind of punishment. And then understanding what the effects are so that the regulators and us as promoters can step forward and say, you know what, you're not fit to have a license. You shouldn't be fighting anymore. And I can tell you that without having that medical information, as a company, we have been very proactive in sitting down with many of our star athletes, the biggest athlete names that we've ever had in sport, and just having a very serious conversation with guys like Chuck Liddell, Matt, sports coach, and say, you know what, could you still fight? Could you still draw pay-per-views? Yes, but we think the right thing for you to do is to step away from the sport and go from there. So I think you have to be proactive as a promoter as well. You can't just leave it to the athlete.
And finally, we've seen some evolution in boxing equipment and rules over the years in response to growing health concerns, the Ali Act. Is the UFC also open to those sorts of adjustments pending the medical information justifying them?
I'm not aware of equipment.
Well, such as lowering the number of rounds in a fight and that sort of thing.
You know what? I mean, we're always open to whatever the state athletic commissions and us can work together to try to, make the sport safer. To this date, I don't think there's been anything that is said within our rules that I don't think anybody believes is making our sport unsafe. I think we've got an impeccable track record, and we think that will continue. But we'll continue to tweak and move things as we think that we need to, because health and safety is the most important thing. I think we've proven that since we bought the company in 2001.
Thank you.
There's a debate in football and NFL right now about, can you really make this safe from the junior level all the way down to the NFL? There's been some rule adjustments. Are you worried that this study, and who knows what they're going to find, but it could be Pandora's box. Maybe they kind of do this safely. Are you worried about what the results may show?
At the end of the day, knowledge is power. We have to know. So that if there is information that says you need to adjust that or you need to adjust this, then we can make those adjustments. No, we're embracing this. We want to be proactive as a company and as an industry to understand, and once more, so that the athletes are knowledgeable, so they understand what the possible effects are, so that they have full disclosure that they know what they're doing.
So it's safe to say there was no hesitation when this was brought to your attention?
Not at all. Larry Rubo called me. He came over to my office and he said, we're in for whatever you guys need. Asking them, we've been supportive from the beginning.
Do you think the NFL made a mistake in trying to do this from behind? They sort of weren't really upfront about what the research showed. They denied that there was any connection between head trauma and other sort of health problems, and now they have this huge suit, $765 million, and that wasn't even enough.
Well, that's part of it. I don't know the specifics in the NFL, but we certainly don't want to learn from the past. We don't want to continue to make those mistakes. We've been very transparent and very open, and that's part of it. Just let's embrace it, let's understand it. Let's do the studies, let's participate in our athletes and financially, so that we know. Like I said again, then adjustments can be made. But I think this is a great thing for the sport. Other sports will benefit from this. And unfortunately, head injuries and concussions are just injuries that we just don't know enough about. We just don't know enough about what blows cause them, and once again, are certain people more predisposed than other people? We need to find that out.
How many UFC fighters active are involved in the study? Do you have a number?
I don't know offhand. I'm sure we can give you that number, but as the doctor said, they have about 450 fighters in the sample, and by far the UFC fighters are the most makeup of the sample.
In terms of financial contributions for Zuffa, obviously you made the initial contribution, but if you pledge, further support going forward,
It's a two-year commitment.
Okay.
And then prepared to continue if the results deem fruitful?
I've told Larry that we're in. Let us know when.
Is there any concerns about with the sample coming through? And that might be a question for them, but it's such an international company. Do you feel like you have the same kind of screenings internationally as you do in Las Vegas?
Well, we do, because the benefit is that we have at least 5 big events a year in Vegas, plus smaller events in the fight nights. And on those cards is a makeup of fighters from all over the world, whether it be Brazil, Europe, Asia. So we're able to get those guys through the system as well. So I think we are getting a vast sample, which is a good thing.
And just so it was kind of interesting, all the promoters here 4 business associates and now your competitors. A little weird at first seeing the mistakes when they were all working together, but how was it today?
Yeah, not really. I mean, look, we don't pick up the phone and call each other every day, but we have great relationships going back. Me and Kevin Kay, I feel like we're kind of together. His company, our company, kind of built the sport of mixed martial arts from the launch on its back. So, no, I mean, it's a fun competitiveness. At the end of the day, we're fierce competitors, but I think it was very quick. I called him and told him what he wanted to do. They didn't hesitate. They understood the importance of it, and they stepped right up.
Is it annoying after all the progress you've made? Just another reporter here who I'm sure is not particularly informed about the ins and outs, calling extreme fighting here in a second.
Yeah, that was kind of a bummer. Anytime I hear Cage or extreme fighting or something like that, but those, compared to what it used to be, that's nothing. I'll take that all day long. I think the good news is that we have finally set in to the hard work of the company, the people who work there, our staff, PR, athletes. We are now looked at as part of the mainstream sport in the United States and in various parts of the world. We have some work to do in some other parts of the world, but we're making progress.
Did this help increase being a part of the games and being more mainstream, like you said?
I mean, you'd like to think so, but rationality doesn't really exist in that environment. Because we're, like I said, we have the technical track. I could go through it makes no sense. There's only one reason we're not there is because of our detractors at the Culinary Union. For some reason, we're able to hold on to the Senate Democrats from letting the bill before passing the Senate 4 times in a row by a huge margin. We will confidently have the votes in the Assembly to pass by a huge margin on a bipartisan basis. Just the way that works in New York is one person has the say whether or not it goes or not. I know the governor has been supportive recently, so you'd think we have everything rolling in our direction, but also we're trying to find that.
Is there anything, indication that maybe this year will be the year that it happens?
Absolutely.